Sweet YouTube, welcome back to another one of my videos. So today I'm going to be doing my album review of Ariana Grande's brand new album, Sweetener. But before I start talking about each track individually, I just want to say that I was super excited for this album. Like, I love Ariana Grande. I really respect her as an artist. I think she's a great person. I really loved her last two albums, which was Dangerous Woman and My Everything. My Everything is probably my favourite Ariana Grande album. But I have to say that Sweetener really disappointed me. The album I found, for me, was really underwhelming. There's just no tracks in this album for me personally that I think are standout. But with saying that, let's get into my track by track review. So track number one in this album was like a little introduction track called Raindrops and Angel Cried. I have to say, I really like this track. I'm a big fan of when artists put in introductions anyway. I like a nice introduction to an album. I feel like it really sets the tone. And in this introduction, Ariana has amazing vocals. You know, that's one thing I do love about Ariana Grande is her vocals are always top notch. There's not very much to say in this because it's kind of like an little album introduction, but it is a lovely little track to start the album with. The next track on this album is a track called Blaze that features Pharrell Williams. Now I think that Pharrell Williams actually worked on this album a little bit with Ariana Grande. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's the case. For me, this song is okay. I personally feel like it's missing something. The first time I listened to it, like, I wasn't sure whether I liked it or not. I've kind of come to the conclusion now that the track's only okay, you know? I like Ariana's vocals in it. As always, every single one of these tracks, even, you know, the tracks I don't really like, her voice is amazing. I also think that Pharrell fits into the vibe of this track very well. It's got his kind of beat and his kind of rhythm in it. But yeah, it's kind of everything I have to say about this track. I'm not overly fussed on it. I probably won't be listening to it again. Track number 3 on this album is The Light Is Coming. So this is a track that Ariana done with Nicki Minaj. I know she released this song before the album came out, like it was a good bit before the album came out. And I've obviously listened to the track then, and the first time I listened to it, I was just like, oh god, this is not good. It's a song for me that I personally feel like has too much going on, and it kind of distracts you from, you know, what Ariana's actually singing about. You're trying to like listen to the backing track, you're trying to listen to the vocals, you're trying to hear this man in the background. For me, the lyrics are quite repetitive and they feel empty. There's like no meaning behind them. It's just an empty, bland, hip-hop sounding track, and it's the kind of music that I really dislike. And I know I've already said this, but the stupid man in the background going, "You wouldn't let anybody speak," is so annoying. I don't know why that's in the track. I don't know why you would think it's a good idea to have somebody speaking in the background when somebody's singing. I personally don't understand it. Track number 4 on this album is a track called REM. I don't know if you're meant to pronounce every letter, and I have no idea what this stands for. I don't know what it means. This song's quite chill and the lyrics are quite nice. However, this song just feels very boring to me. I'm not going to come back to it and go, yes, this song's a bop. It's just a boring song. I really think that this song needs like something in the background to make it pop. I don't mean the genre. I mean like to make it like go, wow, this is a song you want to listen to. I didn't really write much about this track. It's okay. You know, I'm not going to be listening to it again anytime soon. It's just a song that exists. Track number 5 on this album is actually a song that I've already written about on my blog. You can check that blog post. I'll have a link in the description. I never actually thought I would say this because I don't really like this song. Even when it was released, you know, before the album came out, I didn't really like it. But so far, this track is actually probably the best song on the album. You know, like I've said before in my blog post that I wrote about this song, I like the meaning of this song, you know, that message of feminism. I really like that. I like the meaning of the song. I really love the music video. But for me personally, the song is very bass heavy, very hip hoppy. Don't really like that. However, I can appreciate that Ariana's vocals are insane in this song. And of course, there's like a little like guitar riff in this song that's really cool. And I can always appreciate a good guitar riff. Track number 6 on this album is called Sweetener, which is also the title of the album, so it's like the title track. Again, I feel like I'm a broken record saying this, but Ariana Grande's vocals, everybody, boom, that bitch can sing. But the actual song isn't great. I don't really like the chorus in the song. The verses are okay, it's an okay song. but I don't like the chorus at all. And there's also in this song, there's like some guy in the background doing some weird breathing exercises. I don't know if it's the same guy from The Light Is Coming. I don't understand the whole, again, putting things in the background, you know, behind the backing track and the vocals. Like you only need backing track and vocals for me. You don't need anything else. Again, it's okay. There's no songs in this album, again, that I feel are proper standout. Song number 7 is called Successful. This is one of the better tracks in the album. I heard the first note of this track and I instantly just smiled. Even just thinking of it, I'm thinking of like the vibe of it. It's just so cool. I just knew I was gonna like it. It has this funky tone and I really love that funky kind of tone. I don't know, I just love it. And it's really cool in this album actually to see Ariana experimenting with like different sounds that she might not necessarily have used in her previous albums. However, I do have a little bit of criticism. As much as I love this song, and it is one of my personal faves on this album, the lyrics for me aren't very strong. But I really love the meaning of it. It's kind of like, look at me, I'm successful. I like that. I really like funky tones and songs that are a little bit sassy. Track number 8 on this album is called Every Time. So this is another song on the album that I actually quite like. I actually like the lyrics in this track a lot, and I think this is the first song that I've actually said that I've liked the lyrics in. Compared to the rest of this album, I feel like this track is less bass heavy, and it's more like Ariana's old stuff from My Everything a Dangerous Woman that I like. Song number 9 on this album is called Breathing. This is my favourite track on this album. Ariana's vocals in this are amazing. There's like a building beat in this one. I love a good building beat. It's fantastic. There's also like a cool background guitar riff. I love a good like a cappella, and there's some a cappella in this, and I love that. And with Ariana's voice, she has such a good voice that she could do a whole a cappella album. Oh my god, she should do a whole a cappella album. This track again sounds very like her old stuff, which I obviously love. I'm obviously a big fan of her old stuff. And it's got like a cool drum beat. It's got everything. This song is fab. Track number 10 on this album is No Tears Left to Cry. So this is the first track that Ariana released, you know, in this brand new era of music. So this song is, it's pretty good. Like it's okay. I like it a lot more than most of the tracks on this album. But when I first heard the track, I liked it, but I felt that the lyrics were a bit underwhelming. But I really like the beat. It has a really good beat, and Ariana's vocals. Again, how does she do it? How does she have such a great voice? It's a good song, but it's not like a great song, but I will listen to it from time to time. Track number 11 on the album is called Borderline. So if this track were back to that heavy bass, hip hop vibe, that again, as I've said a million times, I have a broken record, I am personally not a fan of. I just don't like it. Also, we have Missy Elliott that's featured on this track. For me, Missy Elliott's verse fits in very well. You know what, hip hop vibe fits in very well, but it's quite short. It's a really short verse, and I feel like I also have to mention this. I'm not a big fan of rap, but in this track, why is there somebody tapping a pan? That's what it sounds like to me. Somebody's just went down to their kitchen, got a pan, and just went into the studio and went, you know what's a really good beat? Just tapping this pan. Track number 12 on its album is called Better Off. So this is a slower song, and I do actually prefer Ariana's voice in slower songs. I feel like she has such a brilliant voice. She can start off slow and then build. This song is quite sweet. I do like a sweet little song. I love the lyrics and I love the meaning. However, the backing track is quite bassy, if bassy is even a word, but I'm making it a word. But in this track, instead of me being like, oh my god, it's bassy, I don't like hip hop, this has like a bassy kind of backing track, but it actually works well in this track. And there's strings at the end. You know, in pop music you don't usually hear too much strings unless it's like country pop. Taylor Swift's old stuff had a lot of strings, I think. For me, it's not a song that I would like choose to listen to, but if I was pressing shuffle on Spotify and it came on, I think I would give it a little listen. It's not like the strongest track in this album or anything, but it is definitely one of the better tracks. Track number 13 on this album is called Good Night and Go. This one's quite cool actually, especially the chorus. It has like kind of a little bit of a beat drop, and she does some really cool harmonies in this one with herself, which is amazing. Harmonies are super cool, especially I can imagine if this was being sung live, she would have like some backing singers and she would like sing the first note and then they would like phase it through. That could be really, really cool. In this song, the lyrics are quite good, but I'm not overly fussed on like the backing track and the verses. So for me, this track is like, it gets another like okay. Track number 14 is called Pete Davidson. So this track is obviously named after her fiance, and I think it's really, really cute that she actually dedicated a song to him on her new album. I mean, it's a cute little interlude in the album just before the last track. And I feel like it would be wrong for me to critique it because there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's just sweet and cute to dedicate a song or a little like, interlude to your fiance. I just think that's cute, so I'm not going to critique it. You go, Ariana! So the last song on this album, track number 15, is called Get Well Soon. The piano in this one's very cool. I think this is the first piano in this album. I think it's the only piano on this album. Again, her vocals in this one are amazing and she has got more harmonies in it. In this song, I really, really like the message about mental health. And I think it's very brave for Ariana to, you know, sing about something like that. And I think it's really important that she sing about something like that. Especially because she has been so vocal about having anxiety after, you know, what happened in Manchester. So I do really, really respect Ariana for putting this track on the album. You know, it's not the strongest track, but that's okay. It doesn't need to be the strongest track. I think the message speaks more. And I think it was actually a really good track to end the album on, you know. It's kind of like she wrote this album and she's like reflecting back on, you know, this is what happened, you know, before I wrote this album. And I just want to reflect on, you know, the struggles that I've been through, and it's made me who I am. And I really, really respect her for writing a song and like this and putting it on her album. Anyway guys, that's my track by track review on Ariana Grande's album. Will I be listening to this album like often? Probably not. If you don't know, I have a Spotify playlist that has all of my favourite songs on it. And I've actually added in the ones that I like from this album, and I'll probably just listen to them when they pop up on that playlist. But yeah, I'm super excited to see what Ariana does in the future. I always will follow her, I always will support her. I think it was a good thing that I actually done this album review because it's the very first time, and I tweeted about this, it's the very first time that I've done an album review on an album that I haven't been overly fussed on. So I think it's a good thing that, you know, there's something different and you get to hear a different perspective of me, you know, talking about songs and what type of music I like. So if you did like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and also subscribe button some love, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next video.